Pistons Nation? What's up? It's your boy Steve, and I'm back today with my video breakdown of yesterday's preseason game. Y'all, let's go. All right, so here are my thoughts on that game last night. Man, if you guys are like me, you want to see this team win. You want to see this team execute. And yeah, it's the preseason, but you don't want to see your team get rolled up on by New York. New York looked like a championship team compared to the Pistons last night. And there's no way they're going to be much better than a 6 seed in the playoffs this year, if they even get there. I mean, Tibbs teams always play defense, and defense will get you somewhere. And they got some new pieces, and Brunson takes very good care of the ball. But come on, man. It's New York. It's New York. What are we doing out there? I mean, you got Cade scoring under 10 points with 4 turnovers, and I think it was 2 assists. Sadiq going 1 for 8, 0 of 5 from 3. Come on, man. And I got to tell you, I watched the open practice when they scrimmaged each other, and I wasn't impressed with the first team then, just like I'm not now. And I just feel like these guys are coasting because they're like, hey, we could pay for 82 games with this preseason shit. It's for the birds. But I want to see my team hustling. I want to see our team in the city out there hustling. This is the team I love. It's the hometown team. I don't want them out there throwing passes like they're not even in it, like their head's not even in the game. I mean, I get it if somebody makes a great play on the ball, but that's not what New York had to do last night to win. I mean, yeah, they hit their shots, and some of them were contested, don't get me wrong. But I mean, come on, man. When you give them 5, 6 different, extra possessions, that ain't going to cut it. I mean, they had 21 or 22 turnovers. I've seen 2 different reports on that. Either way, plus 18 turnovers is way too many. Really, if you ask me, over 15 is not getting it done. You should be averaging 15 to 16 a night at most. And shit, 16 is 4 per quarter. That's too many possessions to give away, in my opinion. And they're giving them away. It's not like New York earned all that. They pretty much just handed them the ball and said, here you go. So I hope they practice crisp passing for the next several days, whatever they got to do to tighten it up. I hope the players get their head in the game because we can't have it. All right, let's talk about Jalen Duren. This guy's the youngest guy in the entire league. Looks like a complete monster when you look at him physically. And when you watch him play, he's beasting out there. Yeah, he only had 2 points on 1 for 3 shooting. But you could tell he's a good team guy, and he's going to hustle. He'll go get the rebounds. He's blocking shots. And if you ask me, from what I've seen so far, and this is just a quick eyeball test, and watching him play in the summer league and the scrimmage, and now watching him play against New York, if you ask me, he's the best guy to start. He's going to take some lumps the first 10, 20 games, maybe the first half of the season. But that guy is going to get it. And he's going to make your team better. And really, he needs to develop a screen game, or he already has it and nobody's utilizing it, because we're missing the pick and roll, man. We need to see more pick and roll. We're seeing the pick and pop because they have to get the shooters ready. I totally understand Casey saying, let's do that first, and that's mainly what we've seen in the practice and in the preseason, but we need that pick and roll. We need, in my opinion, we need Stewart on the second unit at center, sometimes power forward, him and Bagley on the second unit tearing it up. Duren starting, Bogdanovich starting, and either Bay or Livers starting. And I got to tell you, Bay is my favorite Piston. I call him Sadiq the Beast Bay because dude is a beast. But his consistency in year 3 should be a lot better than 1 for 8. And really, man, I could just keep going on talking, but I'm pissed off about it. And I want to see our team win. I want to see our team hustle. I want to see the Pistons go out there and rep the city, man. I want to see more than 35 wins this season. I think all we're going to get is 35 and under, which means we may have a shot at Wembanyama. But who knows? All right, Jaden Ivey, 16 points, 0 turnovers. You can say a lot, but basically my take on Ivey is his defense is going to lead the offense, and he's going to get to the lane. But what we need to do that I haven't seen yet, and I believe it's just because they haven't worked on it much yet, is the pick and roll. That pick and roll will set up the pick and pop, and they'll both work well off of each other. But the team right now does not have that kind of chemistry to figure out who's going to be the pick guy, who's going to be the roll guy. You know, Bogdanovich, everybody knows he's shooting threes. Sadiq Bey, people know he's mostly shooting threes. So I believe you have to find a way to start to get that chemistry and one of them's going to have to start rolling to the rim. But the problem is that neither one of those guys are a good lob threat like Jalen Duren or Marvin Bagley. So what we need, in my opinion, is Duren setting those picks and being a fierce lob threat at center so that you have everybody else who can shoot threes or drive the lane if need be. That's what we got to get. And Jaden Ivey, he's a monster. His speed is definitely noticeable. We got to see him play under control. And last night he did that very well. Sadly, his teammates didn't. But if you get all these guys rolling, Cade's hitting threes, Cade's posting up, Cade's using the mid-range, using the pick and roll, pick and pop with Bogdanovich or Bay. Then you got Ivy blazing on the fast break. You got a lot of pieces here, but it is preseason, and even though I'm sick of seeing it, I know it's going to take some time to get some chemistry, and we just got to be patient. Killian Hayes, my man had a solid game going 5 for 12, 11 points, 5 assists. I think he had like 2 turnovers. I'm pretty sure he hit at least 1 3, and he looked good. He definitely looked better than last season, and he's one of those players. He's still young, I think 21 years old, needs some time to develop. He was injured. I still got a lot of faith in him because of his defense and his passing. But just like with Cade, there's too many of those little brain fart type of turnovers where you just kind of lackadaisically throw a pass and somebody's just jumping the lane real quick because it was a soft pass. You didn't put that pressure on it to get a good chest pass, which is fundamental basketball. So those kind of things really concern me about him, and I think he's perfect for the second team right now, but I can see him finishing some games with his defense if he's more aggressive on offense, and I would love to see it because he's got great size, he's a great defender, and I'm still not 100% sold on him, but if you start seeing him making that 3-ball consistently, getting into the lane, using mid-range game, and just switching it up so the defenders don't know what's coming and he can set up teammates on the wing so they can hit corner threes, yeah, let's roll him out there 25 minutes a game. And in a year or two, maybe he could be a starter. I'm not sure. With you got Ivy and Cade, I can't really see him starting over either one of those guys, but he can definitely be finishing games with those guys. If you have the right center in the game, you can play Cade at the 3, Ivy and Hayes as the guards. And so, like, if you got Duren in there, and then Bogdanovich or Bay at the 4, that might work to close out games with a small ball lineup. But, I mean, all this stuff's going to take time, you guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, please. Give me a thumbs up. Anyway, man, that's it for today's video. I'm out. I'll see y'all soon.